Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the fourth episode of season 3 on day 2 of the Diversity BW Hotelier GM show series. This is our second show today, and I'm really delighted to be in Mumbai again. And we're going to be exploring the challenges and triumphs of delivering luxury in the heart of urban chaos, especially in Mumbai, a city that never sleeps and demands excellence at every turn. Uh, the theme of the show today is luxury in urban chaos, operational excellence in Mumbai. Let me begin straight away by beginning with the diversity video. I think some glitch over there. Not a problem. Let me begin with the show and bring in the general managers on show today. First in is Sumit Suri, who's the general manager of the Westin Mumbai Garden City. Welcome to the show, Sumit.
Thank you. Let me.
Yeah,
Thank
welcome to
you.
the
Thanks,
show.
Bhuvanesh, for having me over. Looking forward.
Pleasure. Next in is my good friend Kunal Pahwa, who's the general manager of the ITC Grand Central in Mumbai. Welcome to the show, Kunal.
Thank you, Mr. Khanna. Thank you for having me on the show.
Pleasure. Next in is Shilpi Khanna, the newest general manager, the youngest general manager. She heads the Hyatt Centric in Juhu. Welcome to the show, Shilpi.
Good evening, Mr. Khanna. An absolute pleasure to be here with fellow GMs.
Delighted. Next in is Rajiv Kapoor, who's the general manager of the soon to open Fairmont, Mumbai. He's actually the pre-opening general manager.
Good evening, Bhuvi. Great to be with everybody and happy to be on the show.
Delighted.
Thank you for that.
And the man who's held Mumbai's general management aloft for a longest while, Salil Fadnis, who's the general manager of the rather well-appointed Sahara Star in Mumbai. Welcome to the show, Salil.
Thank you, Bhuvanesh, and hello, everyone. Good evening.
So I've always been addressing Salil as Chef Salil. He's somebody, can you imagine, who graduated from the kitchen to head the Sahara hospitality business. Welcome to the show, Salil.
Thank you.
Welcome from a freezing Delhi to a rather well-behaved Mumbai weather. So I have heaters both sides of me, and I can show see Rajiv Kapoor showing off in his t-shirt, which a pre-opening general manager can afford. So let's get straight away into the topic: luxury in urban chaos, operational excellence in Mumbai. We shall dive into how top luxury hotels in Mumbai achieve seamless operations while maintaining world-class service standards in a fast-paced, complex environment. Like I said, these are some of the finest general managers in India. They had assets which are worth few hundred crores to almost 1,000+ crores. They have great responsibility on the shoulders. And here I must also thank Diversity. I think Diversity is putting, like every show I say, they put their money where the mouth is. They're supporting this industry. They are paying for all that we are able to air. Thank you, Diversity. You're a great partner to work with, and you do a great job for this industry. Keep it up. And to also thank the team BW for all those people who are logging in for the first time. The season 3 started yesterday, unlike the previous years where we would do one show a day every Thursday and Friday, 2 a week. This time we do 2 shows a day, 4 in a week, 2 every Thursday, 2 every Friday, 4 to 5 p.m. and 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. Be there, watch them. Next week we are headed down south. let me get rolling with you, Sumit.
Sure.
All right. So, Sumit, you were when new hotels started coming up a few years ago now already. That is where the action began near Jogeshwari. So, tell me, I want to pick on your mind about urban wellness experience. How do the Westin Mumbai Garden City position itself as a wellness-focused luxury brand in a bustling urban environment?
Yeah, no, thanks, Bhuvanesh, and looking forward to have a meaningful discussion with everyone here. This hotel is actually now about 15 years old. I'm sure someone or the other has passed by this hotel or worked in this hotel. And it was among the first Westins which opened in South Asia. You know, this was during the erstwhile Starboard days, and of course that took over happened in 2016. And I can tell you that this hotel really lives up to its brand, right? It's I'm sure you've seen the Goregaon space of lately. Of course, this picture behind me is the hotel when it was standing alone. And today it's surrounded by a lot of commercial hubs. There are a lot of construction happening. And it's one of, you'll be surprised when I say this, that this area, the Oberoi Reality area where this hotel is located, because that's the same ownership, commands a similar premium to what a Worli would command today. The prices have become equal. The real estate has become very expensive, and some of the top multinational companies have moved in here. And what is so surprising is that in the last 15 years, there is no other hotel which has come up. In fact, the next hotel which is coming up is also a Marriott hotel, which is going to be in Borivali in the next 2 years. So it's this place was always a very industrial area, but today it's become a business hub. And with a lot of infrastructure development, I think it's also with ease of travel. A lot of people, the Thane connectivity and the ease of travel, people are able to reach out here for a lot of business activity. And purely the Westin Mumbai Garden City is a business hotel. 85% of our business is transient. We're not a convention hotel. And so we don't have large weddings happening. We don't, it's a group size probably would be just about 8 to 10%. And in a way, it works really well for this hotel because the hotel remains very, very calm. And I'm sure a lot of fellow GMs know what happens when we have large weddings, when we have large conventions, right? It does affect the other customers in some way or the other, right? So Westin, just to give you a little perspective, has 6 pillars on wellness, right? And I'll touch upon few pillars and what we are doing in those pillars. So the first one is a sleep well. And I know in your previous show, we were talking about how important sleep has become in today's time. And I think Westin over last 10-15 years pioneered in something called a heavenly bed. We all heard about this. So just to let you know, we have now come up with a next generation heavenly bed, right? This is a version 2. And our hotel is among the first few hotels in the world which have installed these new beds. These are, this, of course, a lot of research has happened. It's also featherless now, working on sustainability. And, it gives you great comfort and ensuring that you're refreshed. So it's one of the newest entrants in this hotel, and I think we're getting great reviews about this. And also, it's a pretty large bed. The other thing is, things like the lavender balm, which is something which we keep aside in all our rooms, which people use to unwind and ensure there's a restful sleep. As I told you, that most of the customers are corporate, so their travel is very hectic. They go out in the morning, they come back in the evenings, and that's the time when they really want to just unwind. We have things like sleep well menus, eat well options, where especially we have options for kids, and also healthy options. Now, these healthy options we've also designed in a way that we have included items like even the vada pav, which actually is a deep fried option, but we have a baked option. So it's not that it's always a food item which you cannot eat, because sometimes we feel that healthy is not something you can splurge on. So there are items which I kept keeping in mind what people like, smaller portions for kids, single menu options so that there's no wastage. We also have a pillar for Eat Well. So we have a juice-free option in our coffee shop and an a la carte menu, where of course we have different kind of healthy beverages which are have the nutrition and they're of course delicious. Um, the third pillar is the move well. Now the move well is, of course, gym is something which all our hotels offer, and of course even our hotel offers a gym. It's a very good sized gym, but the differentiator is we have these two equipments which we offer to our room guests. It's called the Hyperrise and the Bala. I don't know if you've heard of this Hyperrise. It's a company we've collaborated with. This is a massage gun. They have different equipments available, like a massage ball or the machine, which you actually can use on yourself and your body for relaxation of your muscles. After a long travel or the time difference zones which guest experiences, this massage gun really helps you to unwind. This is something which we offer to our guests in our spa, in our gym, and even our room guests. Then we have an equipment called Bala. Bala is an equipment which you can use for stretching and for yoga. So it's a full kit which comes in. So these are some things which you will find only in a Westin. We also have collaborated with Strava. So we have Google Maps. We have maps which are, of course, in the Strava, which gives you the route which you can, take for any runs. Considering it's a bustling place, then we've chosen a place where people can at least go out and do a walk or a run. The spa, of course, is always an addition which we're very proud of. The pool is a beautiful addition. Uh, One thing which this hotel is very unique, it has daylight everywhere. You come to the lobby, it's full glass facade. The entire coffee shop is a glass facade. All the banquet halls are glass facades. So there's so much of abundance light at every corner of the room or every corner of the place that I think that brings in a lot of wellness to the hotel. Of course, we have Western meeting workshops, and we have special menus for our banquets. And then for our families, we have something called a Play Well, where we have special, I would say, a Western family club. We offer these special kits to our kids, travel journals. We offer local activity guides. So, in all, being a business hotel, it focuses on all these small touches, which offers you some aspects of wellness. And I think, especially for our kind of customers who are corporate in nature, they need options available 24/7. So, because there are times when you need something in the morning or something in the evenings, and the moment you step out of the hotel, it's a chaos, you know.
Well, yeah,
So,
yeah.
it's
a
that's
busy, it's a
that's how
busy
Mumbai
area.
is.
It's a busy area, and that's like you said, that's how Mumbai is. And now you've got the metro there, so
Yeah. So I think one thing, and the reason why the word garden city is, you have to come inside the hotel. The moment you come inside, there's a little walkway before you move into the hotel. Just to give you a perspective in this, it's a 1 kilometer radius. There are about 750 trees and close to more than 5,000 shrubs and plants. Uh, and, the moment you start walking in, you start getting a feeling of wellness. And that's a big differentiator because not all hotels have this. Most of the hotels are right on the road. So you just enter, right? But here, you have I would say a 1 minute drive or a 5 minutes walk before you enter the hotel. And that kind of gives you a feeling of calmness. There are a lot of water bodies in the lobby and inside the lobby and outside the lobby. And I think these perspectives were done at the design stage. And I think they really add to the wellness and the luxury aspect.
thanks, Sumit. That's pretty elaborate, yeah. But it's a great hotel. If you haven't been there, you'll know why lighting is not an issue. So it's open on all four sides. Like you look at the hotel, it's standing over there. But now, of course, the sky is not as open as you get to see here. So Kunal, now let me get in here. You had the same issue. When your hotel was made in Parel, I was there, like I keep telling you, at the campsite with Anil Malik, who was then the pre-opening general manager. You were the only standing hotel. Now you're one of these standing structures there. So tell me, Kunal, responsible luxury, if I was to put it, how does ITC Grand Central integrate its responsible luxury philosophy into daily operations while managing urban challenges? You have a fairly busy catchment there.
Yeah, we do. So, like we say with the
Look at the entire.
with the infrastructure improving, and now we're calling ourselves Central Mumbai because of the Atal Setu, which is going to connect the new airport to us, plus the coastal road project. Almost the first phase is over, right? We see a lot of corporate traveler moving into Central Mumbai, which is now Parel and in catchment area. So, and yes, what you say about the skyline is very true. About 20 years back, this was the only one which is standing, but we have a lot of neighbors now which stand right next to us. On the point of responsible luxury, I think, this hotel is a LEED zero carbon hotel for many years now, right? The hotel is powered by green energy, which is basically sourced from windmill power generation. This is from an encatchment close to Pune, where we get the credits from. Backward and forward integration with vendors and suppliers for 0 mile sourcing of organic products that we can use in our daily operations for the food part of it. Our company and our hotels culture and ethos of responsible luxury basically lie on 4 pillars, which is our guests, our associates, which is the backbone of us, our nation, and Mother Earth. Going on forward onto how do we incorporate luxury into our daily operations, I'll say, we have a combination of different permutation combinations. We have Shunya Aqua 0 mile water, where we have a bottling plant in-house, which I think a lot of hotels are following now. But I would say we were one of the pioneers in this industry to start off that. We have something known as Choose Wisely, wherein we have mentioned clearly on the menus in our restaurants where is the meat sourced from and which category is it on, giving that awareness to the client before he orders. We have alert meats, which is basically when we do our banquetings, right? We customize our menus in such a manner that it's not very heavy, and those lethargic post-lunch sessions are more interactive and more educative, and it's a more thoughtful process rather than having mundane, heavy menus which make you go onto the sleep tangent post the lunch. We have something known as the one bite wonders that we've introduced in our operations, wherein the chef customizes and makes the starters and the food in such a manner that it's zero wastage. The customer picks up the snack and it goes right into the mouth without a lot of wastage happening. So as I said, our culture and ethos are on 4 pillars. One is the guest. We're very guest-centric on how we can have responsible dining so the customer feels comfortable, right? We have green banqueting, wherein we use organic and local ingredients, plus what Mr. Suri had to say, daylight, which plays a major role. So all our boardrooms, for that matter, have natural light throughout the day, which does give you a very refreshing feeling. Shunya Aqua, as I touched upon, 0 mile water is what we use. We have the sleep menu, which gives the customer choice of pillows that he can choose from, giving him the comfort of however he would want to have the alignment of his neck done for the night. Waste, segregation, solid and water waste. We also know it's STP plant is, I think, part of every hotel. But yeah, we were one of those few hotels which started it off when we started our operations in the inception year of 2004, right? All this water is reused in our gardening and all those areas. primary focus is on reduce, reuse, recycle, and recover. Associates, as I said, are the backbone of any hotel's operations, or for that matter, any industry. And we try and work towards a work-life balance for them. The culture of 6 weekly offs, right? Monitoring how they are doing at home, how their families are doing. That's something which is very, very embedded in our culture. Social well-being for our society, from employees in the society, right? Career talent, career growth. You would have seen our company wherein you've seen a lot of young managers who would have joined when they were at about the age of 20, 22, have continued working with the company. So that's something that we really want to speak about when we talk about our associates. Then, but of course, Mother Nature, where we primarily believe in water reduction, energy reduction, PNG reduction, doing plantation of saplings, waste management. So these are just a few pointers that I would want to bring out in regards to how ITC Grand Central has a philosophy of responsible luxury in its daily operations.
Thank you. That's pretty detailed. Yeah, you've showcased what ITC Grand Central does. For those of you who've not visited, the luxury offerings of hotels in Mumbai are match the best globally, perhaps exceed them. I keep telling people the luxury offerings of Indian hospitality actually far exceed any global offering. That touch and feel of the Indian family is pretty writ large. So there's a bit of personal touch over there. Thank you so much, Kunal. Shilpi, our first show together, right?
Yes.
So let me now get into Juhu. Happening. There's a whole lot of stars in your eyes when you talk about Juhu. So tell me, let's talk about localized luxury over there. How does the Hyatt-centric Juhu incorporate local flavors and culture to enhance the guest experience?
So, Centric as a brand, we call our guests the explorers because we encourage them to go and explore the city. Now, Hyatt Centric Juhu is one of the latest offerings in this belt. We are just a 2.5-year hotel and extremely proud of being an on-brand Centric, where we encourage our guests to explore the city. And there's so much happening in Juhu, like you mentioned. So, though we are just a 60-key hotel, we focus a lot on experiences inside the hotel in terms of whatever that we curate for guests and experiences outside the hotel. I know a lot of our colleagues spoke about the hotels being primarily corporate driven hotel or having groups. I am an absolute leisure hotel where it doesn't feel as if you are in Mumbai because people are here since they grew up in Juhu and they have these amazing fond memories of how the city was and they would want to be in Juhu to kind of relive those memories. So we help them recreate those memories. Juhu Chowpatty is just a couple of minutes away where you can walk down. There is some great food offerings there, but then these are NRIs who are coming back to India and they're not too sure if India is as safe right now. So we try to recreate those kind of experiences inside the hotel. What we try to do is some amazing local cutting chai experience in the evening. We know all our guests are out sightseeing and exploring during the day. They're all back after a busy day. It gets very, very warm in Mumbai these days. So when they come back, they love that experience of having cutting chai and the local experience of having, say, a vada pav on one day or the bhajiyas on one day, or experiences or local memories that they had probably discussed with the chef in the morning when they had just stepped out for meetings. All throughout the hotel, there are these curated experiences which remind you of Mumbai. There are various touch points. Right from the time you enter in the lobby, our front desk has these 3 amazing bells, which kind of tell you, say, ring a bell for a hug or ring a bell for a smile. And I have, and my colleagues have a great laugh because we have guests who suddenly become these kids ringing the bell at times, and then the team just going and giving them a hug. We have these conversations discussions that I have with a couple of my guests, because we have this jar full of toffees kept right in the lobby, and these are these Parle Kiss Me toffee bars and the Melody toffees that remind you of your childhood. So here I have the grandfather talking about those memories of how growing up in India was before the family kind of went and settled in the US. So these are memories that we are creating. We encourage our guests to explore, go on shopping expeditions. There are enough designers on either side of our roads. We encourage guests to go and watch a play at the Prithvi Theatre. We also know that the nightlife in Mumbai is far more interesting, and the city completely changes at night. So that's the experience that we give to guests inside the hotel, saying that the experience that you get during the day is different when you step in, and the restaurant has an absolutely different look. Our restaurant Sesame, we curate some great Asian food. We focus on Japanese food, and these are guests who are coming back because that's what they want to eat. But we also curate local experiences. Our hashtag says like a celeb. We are in Juhu. We want to curate these experiences of making you feel like a celebrity. And I'm glad that the team puts in those innovative experiences, which are not a cookie cut kind of approach. There are customized experiences that we curate based on our discussions. So all our guest comments primarily speak about how the team had gone far and beyond to curate experiences. Nobody talks about the building, nobody talks about the four walls, and that's the culture that we want to encourage. And we are extremely proud that that's the culture that we've successfully managed to kind of inculcate in the entire hotel.
Excellent. You presented quite a case for yourself and Juhu. It's quite happening out there. But yeah, I know, but then you said all the NRIs who are coming, they don't think India is too safe. I think Mumbai is very safe here.
In terms of stuff that they want to eat outside, they would have probably eaten, but now they think twice. So I'm coming from there. It's not safety in terms of stepping out, whether it's safe at night. In terms of the food and in terms of the pani puris, that should I have it outside or should I have it inside the hotel?
उन्हें 2 सालों का पेट खराब ठीक हो जाता है. All right, now let me come in. Thank you, Shilpi. Thanks a pile. So now let me come into Mr. Rajiv Kapoor. Kapoor साहब, अपना होटल दिखाओ. क्या चमक.
So you can see that's what's coming up.
That's the newest Fairmont which is going to open. So we were just talking to Rajiv, and he's saying the first event is already planned for the 14th. So when are you inaugurating?
So, we are bringing this beautiful hotel, Bhuvi, very soon. So January 14th is where we are going live for first event. Jan and Feb, we want to keep quiet, and we want to be only doing events in these 2 months and simulate and do these personalized closed events. 1st March is where we go live to the world, and we're going to invite every guest moving into the door of Fairmont.
Sexy. Yeah. All right. So let me open up your question, Rajiv. Tell me, you're the pre-opening general manager. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time I'm seeing Rajiv in a t-shirt. So Rajiv is like, क्या लिखा तू अपनी branding दिखा t-shirt पे?
That's it. No, I'm a Fairmont Mumbai.
All right. So good. So what are the key challenges and priorities in setting up a luxury property in Mumbai's competitive market? You've got all the hotels over there, not a problem. You've got the airport right next to you. What an opportunity. And if you have a great asset, you've got it all going for you. Your time, 3 to 4 minutes. Tell me.
Yeah, great. Now, listen, Bhuvi, very excited. Everybody knows I was at Jaipur for 5 years, now coming to Mumbai, financial city and capital of India, next to airport. What a beautiful hotel. So we're bringing one of the top hotels, 446 keys. Within this hotel complex, actually, we have 2 hotels, and many people don't know about it. So we are opening a Fairmont 446, plus by end of this year or hopefully next year, we're bringing our new brand of Accor, which is Morgan's Origins. It's a super ultra luxury lifestyle full suite hotel of 109 keys. So together we will be 555 keys. And next to airport, we're bringing 75,000 square feet of luxury banqueting. We have 5 ultra luxury venues of F&B. One thing which we are bringing very different in Mumbai is a longevity story, and which I will share a little later. Now, coming to pre-opening and what are the challenges, what are the priorities? Listen, the first thing when you look out for making a hotel in a space like Mumbai is a lot to do with people, and we were lucky enough. Being opening a Fairmont, I moved in around 7 months ago, and we got applications not only from Mumbai, from all over the world. A lot of team members from every company applied in. So we had over, you won't believe, 40,000 applications which came. We are going to have a strength of around 800 people to
1,000
start with.
applications for how many jobs?
800 people, right? That's the joining team which will be coming up. And we had 40,000 applications. So getting people to the team was not a challenge at all. What makes coming to Mumbai different is very difficult for people from other states is because the rental are very high in Mumbai. Getting accommodation is one of the challenges. So what we are doing is we are putting up a hostel for all our colleagues. For rank and file, we have a hostel for up to 250 team members. We're providing them super luxury space to relax right after the work. So getting team members from around the country was not a challenge for us. Yeah, a lot of licenses to follow up. So, over 80 licenses to make for a hotel. So one by one. And good thing is 3 days ago, we got our last license, which is a liquor license. So we can pop up a champagne now. So on 14th, when we are going live with first event, we are absolutely on and ready to welcome our first guest. Of course, from a product point of view, there are many firsts in this hotel. For example, I'll tell you, we are one of the world is going towards electricity, right? Like Kunal was also sharing and Sumit is sharing, being sustainable. We want to be pioneers of sustainability in India in the new luxury space. You won't believe the last super luxury hotel, which actually opened in Mumbai, was over 10 years ago, which was JW next to us. And so imagine the technology in every building which is standing from a core capex point of view is 10 to 15 years old. So we have a technology in this hotel which is very far and futuristic in terms of the air conditioning systems, in terms of the boilers, the hotel and everything. 95% of my kitchens in this hotel is electric. So we are not using any gas or CNG or anything. Like a cruise ship, running on a
It is a ship.
So there are amazing things in this hotel, and I look forward to welcome everybody here.
So Rajiv, you presented a damn good case for your hotel and your business. Let me tell you, I've seen Rajiv managing the Fairmont in Jaipur. It's energy into 100 times whatever the count. So God bless you. Do well. Great catchment. Now, from the newest hotel to one of the earlier hotels standing over there, which rang in with its new avatar, the Sahara Star. So Sahara Star came up where the Centaur was at the Mumbai airport, and driving that hotel is the erudite and rather experienced Chef Salil Fadnis. Salil, welcome to the show. Let me bring you in, because I've always been taken in by how Sahara remodeled itself, the architecture and the operations. So why don't you tell us, how does Sahara Star's unique design and location influence its operational excellence?
Okay, thank you, Bhuvanesh. So just to refresh everyone's memory that, and as Bhuvanesh said, that this used to be the Centaur Hotel, the airport Centaur. There were two Centaurs in Mumbai, one at the Juhu and one at here, which is Airport Centaur. So the hotel structure was built sometime in mid 70s. It was built in the mid 70s, and then during this previous disinvestment, the government of India sold this hotel. Our company bought it, and our company kept only the round structure intact. Otherwise, everything else got changed. So the basic structure was there, but they made complete changes. You cannot recognize the earlier building and what today this building is. Centaur was completely, all the rooms were looking inside. In the middle, there was a pool and all the rooms were looking inside. There were no rooms looking outside, or what we call as a city-facing view towards the highway or anywhere else. So we built these rooms, which were the city-facing rooms, and very few people know that these rooms are kind of hanging rooms. They are bolted to the structure. They're not a part of the original structure. A big metal structure was built and it was bolted to the original structure. So these are kind of hanging rooms. So my uh, fourth, fifth, and sixth floor was not there. Center was only a five floor building. So the sixth floor was also built over there. Um, Having said that, no, again, Centaur did not have a big dome. It was completely open. So when it used to rain, it used to pour inside the hotel. So we covered that entire the middle portion, which what we call as a
We
courtyard
can
now.
see it behind Salil. Yeah,
Sorry?
we can see it behind you. Yeah.
Yeah. So that dome was built, which is one of its kind dome. It's got there are balloons within the domes, which has got argon gas, which prevents the dome from heating up too much, and preventing us to which saves a lot of energy for us. Um, this lagoon, when it was created, again, there's a lot of element of water and green. So water and greenery part is something which is one of it's the USPs of the property. And as Sumit and Kunal said, that there's a lot of sunlight that they use in a hotel. Same thing is with us. We also have a lot of sunlight, whether it's the rooms or the courtyard. And the sunlight goes in even for the rooms which are lagoon facing, not just the city facing rooms. The city facing rooms have glass facade, which that's where the sunlight factor comes in. And the sixth floor rooms which are there, it used to have a full glass ceiling to so that uh, you could view the entire the sky, whether it's daytime or evening time. Having said that, this the lagoon provides a lot of calmness to all the guests who come in. And we being a hotel which is busy with banqueting, there is a lot of organized chaos all over the place. So once you are in the room, once you are in, when you have a lagoon facing room, it provides a lot of calmness. There's a huge aquarium that we have in the lagoon itself, which encompasses one private dining room. And the aquarium is something which is of particular interest and provides a visual delight to guests of all ages. Now, the lagoon is there, the aquarium is there, but as I mean, to maintain all this, there's a huge water plant which is there under it, which hardly people know about it. So you need to maintain that entire plant. You need to maintain the pH of the water, just to ensure that the pH does not go up or down. Or there's a lot of fish, there's a lot of marine life over there in the aquarium. So to maintain that, the pH has to be maintained, and it did happen once long back. There was some fault, the pH went up or down, and the morning when we came in, we said all the fish was dead. So that's important to maintain all this thing. Plus, the hotel has a lot of glass, whether it is the exterior or the interior balconies. And as I jokingly always say that our hotel is a housekeeper's nightmare, cleaning all the glass, cleaning all the surfaces. But yes, that the team definitely does a good job in this part, and it provides the architecture and the team together. They provide a good experience to all the guests.
Thank you, Salil. I've seen the Sahara Star change into its new avatar, so it was quite an act. So those of you who've not been to the Sahara Star, please get there and imagine how they pulled off this architectural marvel from what it was to what it is now. Thank you so much, Salil. Mudit, is there time for a 30-second break with Diversity? We have an audio problem. Thank you, Diversity. Sumit, time to come back to you now with your next question. We shall now keep our responses between 2.5 and 3 minutes for some timekeeping. Sumit, tell me, sustainability is no more a buzzword. Either we take care of the planet or the planet will take care of us. And you know how it will take care. Ask people who've handled the tsunami, or we're handling longer summers and shorter winters. Tell me, what operational practices have you implemented to align with Westin's global sustainability initiatives?
So, Bhuvanesh, I know that sustainability has become a very important word. And, I'm so happy to see that actually in the last 3 years, especially after COVID, there has been actually major changes happening, not only in our hotel, but across the hotel. I think earlier it was more of a buzzword. There used to be certain things. And of course, my ex-hotel with ITC, I had a little bit of a feeler of what they were getting into. With Westin and of course Marriott across, this has now taken a very, very big stride. We have a platform called Serve 360, which is doing good in every direction. Talks about nurturing our world, empowering, giving more opportunities, sustaining, which is responsible operations, and then of course human rights. So as far as sustainability is concerned, one of the big goals now, which Marriott and Westin, of course, part of the Marriott have announced to all the stakeholders is that they're using science-based targets to reduce the carbon emissions. And the aim is to reduce carbon emissions by 50% in 2030 and become net zero emission by 2050. These are very, very big goals. And to get over 9,000 hotels to just do this, including every hotel, I think there's a lot of work to be done. Uh, as I told you, our building being, a erstwhile Starwood Hotel, a lot of sustainable practice were already in place. However, I will give you things we've done in the last 12 months. So we started with an independent energy use assessment. We had a third party come to our hotel and they did an energy assessment to understand what are the various areas we can do in our existing building to reduce energy. In the last 12 months and going forward in the next 12 to 24 months, there are at least 14 projects, smaller and big in nature, which have been lined up. And this year, in 2024 itself, we were able to reduce our energy by about 2.5% from 2023. We are now putting a goal of 4% next year. So the fact that the idea is to start reducing energy year on year so that we can come to a 50% and then to net zero. Almost 30% right now of our energy is used through responsible sourcing because through solar panels, because we don't unlike other companies, we don't have solar panels directly with us. We do it as part of a trading system. Um, the other thing is the responsible sourcing. We have 100% cage-free eggs in a hotel. We've also started talking actively to all the vendors. So responsible pork, responsible seafood, every vendor has to be certified now. And only those certified vendors is from where we will do our transactions and business. So this is a very important step which you've taken, which actually will now bring the whole community together. It's not only about the hotel, but if the vendor has to do business with us, he also has to follow certain practices, and he has to certify that. Uh, we of course, like other hotels, we also have glass water bottles which we use. The big stride we've taken now is on the water action plan. we've been able to reduce our water consumption by 26% over last year, and almost 55% of our water is used through the STP. One or two small things which I want to talk about before I end is the waste reporting. We have a tool called Mesh, where every waste, dry waste or wet waste, is actually put into the system. So we exactly know how much of waste we are generating. And then we have started now tracking that how much waste we are reducing. So everything is measured and everything is in our system, so that there is no way that we cannot measure how we have performed versus last year. We've also recently got the ISO 14001 certification, and hopefully by the next quarter we should be a LEED Platinum certification also by the US Green Building Council. Last, I'll end is a game changer which we're going to do for banquets. We are moving into something called buying and selling of carbon credits. So basically, we have a software getting developed where when a guest will come to the hotel, we will be able to tell based on the size of the hotel and the covers that how much carbon emission that particular event is taking out, and he has an option to buy carbon credits. Okay, we will give him a certification by an authorized agency, and he can use that to tell or his companies that this is the carbon credits they have got.
I hope those agencies don't scam it.
No. So I think that will be a game changer. And the cost is not too much. It's a very reasonable cost. And we are going to be talking about even the hotel can buy carbon credits on behalf of the company or for the internal events. So I think these are going to be some game changers which we're going to see over a period of time, which will definitely help in big strides of sustainability. And everything is linked to one thing now, which is our balance scorecard. So it's all linked to a performance. So jab tak performance theek nahi hogi, see, when it comes to the performance, when it comes to performance, it comes to execution.
Thanks, Sumit. That was extremely worthy. And sustainability actually needs a bit of focus. So let me come back to you, Kunal. Kunal, tell me, guest retention in a competitive market. What strategies do you employ to build guest loyalty in Mumbai's highly competitive luxury hospitality segment? Now, we'll have to keep our responses slightly short, maximum 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay, a loyal guest indicates a strong fundamental practice in place, right? So that is loyalty is built over trust and relationship. Where we are in a market where we have majority of our clients being business travelers, there are certain requirements that everyone has. Each human being is different. We need to map it. We map it in guest history, with the interactions that we have on the shop floor. The team, which is our pulse, basically gets whatever the guest wants, and in their next visits, they are there. And that's something that a business traveler really looks forward to. Business guests have very different requirements vis-a-vis a leisure traveler. Right, they hardly spend close to about 10 to 12 hours in the hotel, including the sleep time, and whatever time they spend in the hotel, everything needs to be as per what their requirements are. Apart from that, we have membership, right? We have the Club ITC loyalty membership, the Club Hotelier membership, wherein when you are staying with us as a business traveler, you earn points. And you can burn those points on your leisure visits when you go with your family. So that's one area where guests really do look forward to earning these points when they're here on the business trip, and going back when they are on leisure with their family using these points. Our personalization or our retention policy basically starts when a guest makes a reservation with us. The team goes in depth into what the preferences of the guest are, what is it that the guest really is looking forward from us. And what happens is that when the guest comes back to us, he's coming back to his own second home, right? A home away from home, and which is very important, because if we don't deliver that, then what happens is that the guest is not energized. And the basic reason for a client to spend money, right, is to get those 8-10 hours of good sleep, good food, right? We have excellent culinary expertise with our brands, right? Kebabs and curries or Dakshin, which really, where the guests really do look forward to dining and unwinding at the end of the day. So I think these are the basic few touch points that we really do work on, the team really works on in regards to, as you said, I'll try and keep it as short, and crisp because of the time. So a few points that I would want to share on how we are looking at retaining our
Now,
clients.
I think loyalty programs work only to a limit. What actually brings back the customer, the guest, is the experience one,
True.
relationship two, and three, uh, what kind of comfort do they get in the hotel?
So as I started, a loyal guest indicates strong fundamental practice between the guest and
Yeah.
between the client and the hotel, right?
So I will go for a loyalty program only if I have ticked the other boxes.
True. So so that is also another point, where we do definitely leverage, as you said, and loyalty is built over trust and sustainable environment. Where what
And
you said,
relationship. And
and
relationship.
relationship. Exactly.
Do you
Very good.
make them feel wanted?
They have to be felt wanted.
Do they have a home away from home?
Yes, that's what I said. That's what all the personalization really needs to be worked upon.
Very well said. Thank you, Kunal. Much appreciate. Shilpi, tell me challenges of a busy location. Juhu, all locations in Mumbai are, by the way, very busy, right? If you say Jogeshwari is lesser busy than a Taj Mahal Mumbai or a Salil ki location, they're all damn busy. But tell me within that, uh, what operational strategies are most effective for managing the heavy foot traffic and dynamic environment of Juhu? Juhu has got a lot of traffic. How do you convert it?
So, as a hotel, I think when we talk about operational excellence, we look at it from two standpoints. One is from a guest perspective, and you spoke very well when you mentioned about guests coming back. And I've been speaking a lot about experiences because for us, whatever that we are doing has to happen seamlessly. So, if a guest who's come in on leisure or come in for anything else, we try to ensure that they have a great breakfast experience because that's the time that we meet all our guests, we get all their preferences recorded, we ensure, and I have quite a few long stays who stay with me. We also realize that I have quite a few guests staying with us for medical tourism. There are hordes of hospitals around the city, people who are here for cancer treatments and who need all the love and the care because they're away from their homes, they're going through a difficult phase. It is about the team just listening to them, just asking them how their day went, and they stay with us for practically 15 to 20 days in a month, coming back every 6 months. There are times, and I know of this family, which is actually from Mauritius, who come and stay, even if they're not staying with us for a very long time, because it can be very expensive staying in a hotel. They come to us every week for a meal at least, because that reminds them of home. And that is what we pride ourselves in. And then operational excellence also comes when my colleagues are happy and if I can keep the team together. And that's something that we strive for at Hyatt. We strongly believe in our values. We believe that the main ethos around which our life goes around is we care for our people so that they can be so that they can be their best. And with a 5-day working, all the other perks that come in by just being a Hyatt employee, I think the team's extremely motivated to go ahead and deliver that operational excellence that we look at. And there is all the more competition, not just from hotels around us. Thankfully, there is no place for new hotels to come in. We are on such a busy stretch of the road, but there are more than enough standalone restaurants giving us competition at every moment. So if we can convert all these guests who are just walking past, our brand has a very strong presence. We do really well in terms of occupancies, and it works in our favor. We spoke about Mumbai being the city of dreams, the city that never sleeps. I speak about it as a city where a lot of inspiration comes from the local trains. Things just keep moving like clockwork, and at the hotel, if irrespective of it being rain, being sunshine, being floods, we ensure that service delivery is happening like clockwork with no delays. I think that's what brings guests back to the hotel.
Thank you, Shilpi. I'm sure the guests are in right hands with you at the helm. Thank you so much. Now let me come back to you, Kapoor Saab. Tell me, I know the Accor structure for managing different brands is slightly different. So tell me about Fairmont's brand differentiation. how do you plan to position Fairmont Mumbai as a standout destination in the city's luxury hospitality landscape? Look, one, I tell everybody, there is room for all brands and more hotels in Mumbai.
You know, Bhuvi, very proud to open this lovely hotel, and I'll tell you quickly in 3 minutes the whole story of this hotel. You know, Mumbai is such a fantastic place with amazing history, right? In this hotel, we are taking Mumbai back to 1920s, in that nostalgic era. And if you see the facade behind me, it tells the story of bringing New York to Mumbai. That's a culture we want to bring in. It's going to be a beautiful hotel from Monday to Friday. It's going to be a great uber luxury business hotel. But on a Saturday, Sunday, we want to turn it into a resort. That's what we want to aim next to airport. It need to become a destination of top luxury weddings to top grand events, top global conferences which can come to Mumbai. You know, one amazing thing about our location is 2 minutes from the airport. I have 3,000 rooms next to me, from JW to ITC to Lalit to Leela. But you know, none of the hotels here had a bigger convention or a big banqueting space. Everybody has 300, 400 packs. What we are bringing is the biggest luxury ballroom in Mumbai, which can accommodate 21,000 square feet, with a 17,000 square feet pre-function area. So in our ballroom with an 8-meter height pillarless, we can accommodate somewhere around 2,400 guests. We can do a round table sitting of 1,400 people. And first time we have put in any hotel ballroom with a rigging system of 102 tons. That means we can hang up to 10 cars on our ceiling. It has a capacity of 4,000 people, air conditioning. So unfortunately, Brian Adams came last month. The moment it comes in next year, in 25, I promise you will have a great party of 4,000, 5,000 people in our ballroom till wee hours, right? So amazing things coming up in Fairmont, Mumbai. One of the really differentiator of our hotel compared to any other hotel will be the size of luxury, what this hotel will bring with high ceilings, rooms with minimum 42 square meter. Next category goes to 49 square meter. Suites go up to from 90 square meter to 2,300. You know, so amazing accommodation with 446 keys. We have 11% suite inventory with 48 suites inside, a butler service hotel. So a lot of amazing things. We all know how traffic and parking can be a challenge in Mumbai. We have over 700 car parkings in the hotel. So there's a lot of beautiful things in which this whole hotel has been planned. The facade you see is actually a limestone which has come from Portugal. And
Oh,
this,
really?
yeah, so this stone has been cut in our basement 3 for last 4 years. And this facade actually changes its color more than 50 times a day because of the sunlight. So it goes from orange to gray to pinkish color, and it's a
I've
fantastic sight
seen
to be in.
driving by every time it looks gray.
And you know, we are opening the first open air outdoor banqueting at the rooftop for over 500 people in Mumbai. So we have fantastic restaurants which will cater to everybody. We have a all-day dining which is 25,000 square feet. It has over 320 seats, and this will be the first all-day dining in Mumbai, which will be open 24 hours next to the airport. And in this restaurant, we have 6 theater kitchens. And I'm telling you, the restaurant name is Merchants, and it takes you back again to the story of Mumbai, where there was no flights, there was no roads, people were coming through port and ships. And all these merchants were, apart from the trade they were doing, they were bringing cuisine and wine or whatever culture with them. In this restaurant with 24 hours, we will bring Mumbai to all the Mumbaikars and all the guests some amazing F&B experience in the hotel itself. So yeah, overall, very excited. One thing I will share
Presented
at the
at times,
last, Bhuvi,
Kapoor
when you
Saab, you
come here, I
presented.
promise you I will make your age 10 year younger, because we are bringing to Mumbai a longevity suite. So we have from cryotherapy to some amazing, from red light therapy to hyperbaric oxygen chambers. And all these machines have come from Germany. even sports star like Djokovic have all these equipment in his home at his backyard. So we are the first hotel in the country to have all these things for our spa and our gym members next to the airport to make everybody 10 years younger.
Salil, I'm coming there. I shall stay there twice and get 20 years younger.
Look forward to welcome.
You presented a damn good case for. I'm already drooling. So thanks, Rajiv.
No, thank you, Bhuvi.
Let me come back to you, Salil. Your hotel is known for its mice. Let's talk about event management excellence. Sahara Star is known for hosting grand events. What operational nuances ensure seamless event execution in a fast-paced city like Mumbai?
So, Bhuvanesh, for us, event management or the banquet events, whatever we do, that doesn't start from the banquet hall, rather it starts from the gate, or for that matter, even outside of our gate. Because, we lie in a high security zone. We are in the airport complex. In fact, our land is owned by the airport authority. So we are on the airport authority land. And for us, any kind of planning starts with the authorities and taking them along, because we do big events. We have three big halls, which is Sapphire, Jade, and we built Ruby last year. So Sapphire, the usable space in itself in the hall is about 28,000 square feet, and Jade and Ruby, they're about 10,000 square feet each, the usable space without considering the pre-function area. Now, the day we have events in all three halls, whether it is Sapphire, Jade, Ruby, or for that matter, even just one Sapphire, the biggest thing is logistics, taking people inside of the property. Everybody comes in their own vehicle, parking, the valets, the porch, and that's the most important thing for us, because that's where the first impression of the hotel comes in. It is we have a parking which can take around 400 cars, but as far as the planning is concerned, we need to start from what kind of an event it is, whether it's a corporate, whether it's a wedding, or what is the arrival pattern. We lay a lot of stress on what is the arrival pattern of the guests, finding out from them as to what is your time, what do you expect, what time do you expect more people, because when it's a corporate event, it's one passenger, one guest per car. And when it's a wedding event, it's on an average about three people in one car. So that makes a lot of difference in planning the entire the arrival pattern. Once the guests are there, okay, if it's a Sapphire event, we also need to plan whether the guest has to use all six elevators. There are three elevators on one end and three elevators on the other end, which is where the guest has to accordingly plan for his decor part at the arrival. So sometimes the guest says, no, we'll do it only at one side. So we use three elevators. And at times the guest agrees to do it on both the sides, and we use the six elevators, which helps in bringing the guests up and down fast. Also for this big hall, we've got a big scissor elevator, which is for basically for it's a goods elevator. So all for event planning. The Sapphire is on the third floor. Let me tell you that. It's not on the ground floor, it's on the third floor. So we need to transport every bit of the event material and the guests and the food and everything up to the third floor. So there's a huge scissor elevator which is actually a boon for all the event planners and decorators to take their things up. Once people are up in the hall, then it's whether it's a social or a corporate. In the corporate, there's just a 45-minute break. So we need to plan out as to how are we going to plan out the buffets. Accordingly, the menus are done, because if there's only a 45-minute break, at times we will say, no, we just want to finish it exactly in 45 minutes when to start our session. And there are about 1,500 people, you need to plan out accordingly. For socials, yes, for socials and all kinds of weddings, the menus, of course, are large. And it is rolling crowd. So that really helps in all kind of planning. And yeah, so the time factor is what is the most important for us everywhere, whether it is again on exit to get the car. We try to cut down the time as much as possible, because when they're arriving or when they're departing is their own personal time. When the guests are up in the banquet hall, it is everything is on the host of the event. So if they spend some time outside of the hotel standing in a queue to let the car in, that creates a little bit of negative impression. Or if at all, if they stand again down in the porch waiting for the car for a long time, so that also creates a little bit of dissatisfaction. So all these are the most important points that we have to consider while for any kind of banqueting,
Overall, I've
whether
attended
it's
so many events at Sahara Star. Each time you guys are getting better.
all right. Thank you. Earlier, in fact, before COVID, the size of the events used to be huge.
Yeah.
Somehow, after COVID, the size of the events has reduced, the social events. But
Yeah.
corporates are just there. Their normal event size is about 1,500 or so. And in rare cases, they take it up to 2,000 people. So when those 2,000 people break, it's mostly a seminar or something, they break, they all have to rush out. So
Yeah.
exit, elevators, we use even the fire exits, because if people are in a hurry, we take them down the fire exit as well. And from the fire exits, we straight away they reach on the road without congesting the outside area. So these are the points that we really need to look at when there's a huge event being planned.
Thank you so much, Salil. That brings us to the end of the show. Sorry, we're a little over the time, but then that's fine. We don't have a show after this. So we have some bit of luxury in the luxury space of hospitality. Uh, I've had a wonderful show with some incredible uh, panelists on the show. These fantastic hotels. Now look at the case that they presented for themselves, and look at the assets behind them which they had. Fantastic. You should feel privileged to be in their seat someday after clogging in the number of years that they've clogged. The current generation actually wants to get there sooner than they have. But that be that. We've had an insightful discussion on achieving luxury amidst urban chaos, from innovative wellness offerings to operational strategies that embrace sustainability and cultural authenticity. Today's session has truly showcased the creativity and resilience of Mumbai's luxury hospitality leaders. Uh, Gentlemen and Lady Shilpi, uh, great presentation of your case. I look to have you back soon. But before I go away, I want to thank my partners in crime, Diversity. Diversity, thank you for holding our hand and putting where your money is. You back up this industry like nobody else does. If you are able to see the show, ladies and gentlemen, live, uh, this is thanks to the efforts of Diversity and Team BW Hotelier. We shall see you at the four shows next week, Thursday and Friday, from 4 to 5 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. We shall have two shows a day, four shows a week, every Thursday and Friday, like I said. And this will be the routine through January and February. The GM show series is something which every aspiring hotelier and every aspiring general manager should watch. These people are true leaders, and I would give my right hand to be in their place. Thank you so much. Before you go away, we'll just play a short diversity video. let me thank you all. Shilpi, thank you so much for our first show together. Thank you for being there, and more with you soon. Sumeet, thank you again. Kunal, Salil, and Rajiv. Keep the flag flying high. Keep pushing hard at it. You're doing a damn good job. You're successful people. You've not just carved a niche for yourself. You've kept your hotel and brands flying, flag flying high and fluttering. God bless you. Do well, and a happy new year 2025.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us on board, Mr. Khanna.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Pleasure
Thank
is
you.
ours.
And thank you,